Hi everyone, this is Srishti Sharma and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you guys already know, this is going to be a book recommendation video. There are some of the books that I read like a while back and some that I've read last month, and as you know, this is going to be a romance novel edition. So let's get started. First book that I want to talk about is Fine Print by Lauren Asher. And this is a story of Robin and Zara, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Okay, so such a beautiful and a magical book. What happened is that there are three brothers whose grandfather basically dies, and he has left behind a will asking all three of them to complete some tasks. Uh, like they have to complete it in a year or so, and only after they do that will they get their business or the family estate and stuff like that. Otherwise all of it will go to their father, and they hate him. Like they hate their father, and you'll see what it is about and what's the story, and you'll cry and you will be happy, and it's a beautiful book. It tends to break your heart and mend it all over again. I love this. And there is also the thing about this book is that it's based in an amusement park. Like what happened is that Rowan is given a task to head the amusement park that his grandfather used to do, and by the end of the book you'll know why his grandfather has given them those tasks. Like you'll get the gist of it and you'll be like, okay, the old guy was really smart. So yeah, give it a read. It's a beautiful book. I didn't think that I'm going to rate it, but I think why not. So I think I'm gonna give this book 4 out of 5 stars. It's a good book. You should read it. Then the second book that I want to talk about is again, it's the second part in the Dreamland Billionaire series by Lauren Asher, Terms and Condition. It actually is second part of Fine Print. And the first part, that is Fine Print, we're basically talking about Rowan, which is like the second brother, if I'm not wrong, and the first brother, the elder one, we'll be talking about in this book, Terms and Condition. It's okay. It's kind of a grumpy sunshine trope, where the guy hates everybody but is only soft for the girl. So it's that, and yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm smiling so much. You should know, it's amazing. You okay, by this time you'll be like, you're going to say that about every book, but no, trust me on this. um, okay, so let me give you a brief about this book. So this book is about, it's Declan's story, the elder brother. So what happened is that he is also given a task, which I think is more difficult. I mean, if you are a romance novel fan, then you might have read it in other books and other editions. But what happens here is that, the typical trope where the grandfather has told him to get married and have kids, and only then would he be able to get the company, which he is which his father is the acting CEO of right now. And he hates his father, and he doesn't want him to have the company. So like he have to fulfill the task if he wants to claim the company for himself. So it's that. But more than that, I know it's a love story and stuff like that, but it's much more, like they are fighting off their troubles. Both the characters, the girl and the guy, they are trying to build a life for themselves, trying to sort their lives and self discover themselves and be a good human being. And I think you would see that in these books, and that's why I love to read these books. It's much more than just a romance novel. Okay, I think that's it. I would like to say about this book. Oh, I have to rate it. Oh, there's one more thing that I loved about this book. Okay, I'm not giving away any spoilers, but the guy has a habit of like taking words from some other language, and he tends to say that to the girl. So if you'll read, you'll know what I'm talking about when you read it, and it's beautiful. I love that thing. You'll know what I'm talking about. Just give it a read. It's a great book. I think I'm going to rate it. I want to rate it 4.5, but I have read one more amazing book, which is, I think, better than this one. Um, okay, I'm also going to give it 4 out of 5. There's actually one more thing that I want to talk about, and I think most of you will agree with me on this. I mean, it's about the book covers. I mean, why do publishers do this? Like, this both of these book, fine print and terms and condition, it actually has two covers. In one, where there's a picture of an amusement park in the first book, and in the second, I think it's a picture of a house or an estate or something. I don't really get that, but you get the gist that okay, this is something about this is going to be in the book, and once you read it, you're like, okay, great cover. But on the other hand, there's a picture of a guy. I mean, why do you do that? Just place the picture of a guy or a girl on the cover just so people buy it. I mean, it's not. I know it's marketing and stuff, and people are going to buy by seeing it, but it doesn't relate to the story. Yeah, and the characters that are described in the book are extremely different from the picture of the model that you've placed on the book. So I think I would buy a book that doesn't have a picture of the so-called character according to you than the other one. I'm definitely buying the other one. And it has such beautiful cover, and the fact that I love about is that it's gray, okay, like grayish or dull. Like, the cover is so subtle, it's not out there. But once you read the book, I mean, I think it's a little bit ironical of them to place like that, because the book is so colorful and the way they have described it, and you tend to fill in the colors by yourself. I think I want to say it like that. So it's beautiful, okay? So that's what I want to say about the covers of these books. And I would definitely buying the subtle version of it than the one where there's a picture of some random guy placed on the book. You can't even read those books outside. People judge you. Like, they judge you so bad. But seriously, these are the covers that I love. Third book that I want to talk about is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. It's a first book in the Bellinger Sister series, and it's story of Piper and Captain Brandon. So Piper is a city girl, the influencer, the party girl, and it's actually because of a party gone wrong that she was sent by her father to the city. He's actually a stepfather, and he sent her back to this town. Where her actual father was from, to make her responsible to make and he kind of gives her a task in which, like, she has to run a bar that his dad used to own and live at the apartment that is above there. And okay, this book is just hilarious and amazing. And what I love about is that, small town vibes and the people there and the way they talk and everything, it's amazing. And the most important thing that I love about this book is the way she discovers herself. Like, she didn't even realize her true potential until she, like, went out there and decided that she could do anything. And that's what I love about this book, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just give it a read, and this is the book that I want to give 4.5 out of 5. This is beautiful book. The fourth book that I want to recommend you guys is, again, second book from the Bellinger Sister series, Hook, Line and Sinker, by Tessa Bailey. It's about Hannah, who is Piper's sister, and a guy named Fox, who is friends with the Captain Brendan and also uh, works with him. So he's also a king crab fisherman. So what happened is that Hannah came to the. You'll actually see some part of Hannah and Fox in the first book as well. You can read it as a standalone novel for sure, but I would suggest you guys to like read the whole thing because it just gives you a backstory and like you get prepared. Okay, the book is coming and I'm going to read it. So I love that. Then there is the fact that Hannah already likes somebody else, and she kind of moved to the city thinking that it will make her get closer to him and stuff like that. She works they like she's an assistant or something and they're going to film a movie and all. And okay, again, I Tessa Bailey has written such amazing books. Like it's not just about the romance, it's they're actually discovering themselves career wise, growing emotionally, and that's what I love about it. Here also, Hannah, like Piper, she doesn't realize her true potential because she was always scared that what will other people think, what will happen, and this time she just gave it her best, like she gave it a chance. She gave a chance to herself, which most of us don't, because we're scared that we won't succeed. But she overcome that, she went ahead, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then there's Fox and the chemistry. It's amazing. The chemistry is just amazing, it's friends to lovers trope, and it's worth a read. And I would give it 4 out of 5. I can give it 4.5 also because I love the first book so much and it just blended into it, like the small town vibe and stuff. So yeah, I think okay, I'll go with 4 only. I love the fine. I loved it happened one summer more, I guess. The fifth book that I want to suggest to you guys is All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zappatta again. And it is also a slow burn romance, but I like it more than I like Culti. Also because there's a point where Aurora, which is like the protagonist, she has to overcome her troubles. She moved from the city to this town. Okay, again, kind of a small town trope, but it's beautiful. Like you see the troubles she went through, and she's trying to overcome that, starting over, which is not easy. Starting over is never easy. Like you have to give up everything you knew, and you have to build a different life for yourself out here, so she came to this place. It's like it's on a mountain, and she decides to build a life here. And the guy, he is actually her neighbor, he's actually her landlord. And you'll you you'll know, like they didn't start off on the right foot. And the guy is a single father, and you'll you'll see it's a slow burn, but they turn into friends, and she's really kind and a nice person, and I think that's what attracted the guy more. And like he was there for her when she needed him, or when she needed anybody, like when she needed any help. And I love that. And I also love the fact that she actually moved to this town because they used to live here. She used to live here with her mother, and when she was like a little kid, and she tends to fulfill all the. She's reading like her mother's diary and fulfilling all the mountains. that her like mother wanted to climb, or the trekking and stuff that her mother wanted to go on. So it's all that, and it's a little bit sad also that you'll find, because if I tell you guys, I'm definitely going to be giving away spoilers. So you'll know what I'm talking about. Give it a read. Beautiful book. I think I can give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's beautiful book. Like, it's really going to break your heart and mend it again. It made me cry, so yeah, it's a great book. Give it a read. The next book that I want to suggest you guys is Culti by Mariana Zappatta. It's a slow burn romance, and that's the beauty of it. Like, at times I felt that it was too slow for me. I mean, I've seen booktubers like give it 4.5 and even 5 stars, and that's what made me read it. I was like, okay, this must be a great book. And I went into it, and it was a little too slow for me, but by the time I reached the end, it was beautiful. It all made sense. Like, the ending of this book, you'll realize it, and you'll be like, okay, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but like, yeah, this was a beautiful book. So Culti is an ex-soccer player who had an injury and obviously can't play now. So he became a coach, and right now he came to this women's soccer team where he meets Sal, and Sal actually used to have a crush on him, like when she was a kid, and he's kind of a reason that she got into soccer. Also because of her dad and her brother, who also, like, her brother was also a soccer player, and like she loved soccer from when she was a kid, and so she got into it. It's also because of that. But Kulti was one of the reasons, and like she used to have a crush on him, and now when he's coaching her, she's like, he is extremely different person that she thought he was. And there's also one more reason. I'm not giving away spoilers. Read it and you know it. And so what happened is, like, it progressed really slow. Like, initially he was really, obviously he's going to make her work. Like, she is one of the best players and he wants her to be the best, and so he's strict with her, and he kind of ignores her, and she didn't like that. Obviously, who would? So yeah, so it progressed from the grumpy thing. They didn't really have any banter and stuff, but it was like more like, what's up? Like, ignoring each other and still noticing each other. It was like that kind of thing. And then it progressed to them being friends. No, first it progressed to them being civil to each other. Then it progressed to them being friends, and then from there it went ahead. So yeah, it's real slow burn, but it's beautiful. And when you reach the ending, it's worth it. The ending is worth it. You know, like, you'll know what was happening since now, and you're like, wow, this was amazing. Like, you actually think that, like, oh my god, this was amazing. So give it a read. It's a great book. I think I would give it 4 stars. By this time I've given like 4 and 4.5, but what can I do? These are amazing books. And these Mariana Zappatta books that I'm suggesting you guys, another booktuber, I saw the video of her, and like she was ranting about these, so I thought that I'm going to give it a read, and it was worth it. It really was. So that's why I'm suggesting these to you guys. So give it a read. It's beautiful book. And yeah. Okay, the last book that I want to suggest you guys in this whole book recommendation video is again by Mariana Zappatta, Wall of Winnipeg and Me. And this book is more of, okay, this is also a slow burn. Mariana Zappatta's books are almost all, I think I've read quite a few. This I read a while back, but since I was suggesting you guys some slow burn, so I thought, why not put it right here. Vanessa is actually assistant slash cook slash kind of a manager. Okay, not really a manager, like I want to say a homemaker, but she's not his wife. So okay, like she used to manage like the whole thing, like his whole life behind the scenes. The guy who is actually a football player is really grumpy and doesn't even like, I mean, he like doesn't even wish her on her birthdays and stuff. And so it's like he doesn't pay her any attention until she quit. And that's when he realized her value, and that's when he asked her to come back. And you would see that it's slow burn, and the guy is all out there now. Like when she has left, now he's realizing her true value. And she used to like really work for him, and like with all her heart, like completely professional for sure. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to be nice, and the guy wasn't that. It wasn't anything personal, he's just not a people's people, like he is an introvert. And so it was more of that. And I love it, like when she came back and stuff, and he was actually pursuing her to come back. He didn't even realize that she has other dreams. And okay, you'll get to know, like I'm not giving you a spoiler, you'll know later what actually happened and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm going to give this 4 out of 5. It's a good book, you should give it a read. Mariana Zappatta's books are amazing, like the story, the plot, and then the chemistry between the two. And she like takes it slowly and builds it up, which I love. Like it's not like the guy meet girls, okay, I like her, done. It's not like that. It's like slow thing, like maybe they not like each other in the beginning, then they become friends, and then they get to know each other. That's when they fall in love, and I love that. So do give it a read, it's a beautiful, beautiful book. So that's all for today's video. And since you have come till here, so I thought that maybe I should introduce myself, since this is my first video. I'm Srishti Sharma. I'm an MBBS intern, and I've just gotten done with my exams. So I thought, okay, I love books, so let me start a YouTube channel. And I want to suggest to you guys these books that I read. There are more of it coming soon, including the self-help ones. I read those quite a lot. I love them, the inspiration that I get from them. So I would want to suggest you guys that as well. And also, since I'm a medical student, so you'll be seeing more of that stuff. And if you guys are medicos, or you want to suggest somebody else to watch my videos, then please go ahead. And yeah, so if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe, and also comment down below the books that you would want to suggest me that I should read and review, and how do you like the books that I suggested you guys. And yeah, okay, so that's all for today. Bye.